Hello, everyone. So it's still April 2nd, 2023 at 10:23 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me. So I had I could not get any sleep last night because of those roaches. They had the biggest roaches in the kitchen, but all the tiny baby roaches came up in here, and one of them had crawled on my arm and crawled in the bed, and I really freaked out. Yeah, that was in the video yesterday. Well, earlier this morning, I meant. But so after I said, "Fuck it, I'm about to turn every single light on in here." So I could not get to sleep in the dark. So I'm afraid that if I ask for a different room or another room, I'm afraid they might see me as a burden or a nuisance or something like that if I ask for another room. So I got tired of continuously spraying with the rubbing alcohol. I didn't want to use it all up and keep on having to smell it. So I turned every single light on, and um, one of the lights in the kitchen blew out, and so I'm keeping every single light on. Oh man, I feel so gross and disgusted. So I would hate to stay in here long term. Um, and it's like I I'm sitting here feeling like, well, I don't have the guts to tell the front desk people because they might get mad at me or get frustrated with me or they might blame me. You know, I didn't know that thing was full of live roaches. It must have been a roach that had a baby. I mean, had babies, or it must have been multiple roaches that had babies. So, like, the moment I pushed the refrigerator back, it started to be roaches galore. And so, I felt like I couldn't live with myself, or, I just, having, been having panic attack after panic attack with so many fucking roaches and then having OCD and everything. So, I don't even know if I might, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. If I might stay here, or if I might just pack up and go to a different hotel, or what. But, this is fucking disgusting. So, a lot of the housekeepers, they get away with not doing their jobs properly at many different hotels. Like how I mean, you can issue me out an unclean room that other people checked out of, but if it was a room that I just checked out of, oh, you can't give me that room back again. I felt comfortable with that other room. So I didn't get to fall asleep until after 5 o'clock this morning, and then woke up about sometime after 9 o'clock, like 9:30, I think it was. So, um, so yeah, I could not fall asleep because of feeling high anxiety about roaches in here. So I turned on every single light, and it took a while, but eventually they ran away. But one lagging baby roach crawled on this nightstand over here, and then afterwards they I'm glad they disappeared. but I couldn't sleep that great because of, being in so much light. And then I woke up this morning confused about whether it was daytime or nighttime, and wondering when I thought it was Monday, and then again I thought it was nighttime, and then I'm like, oh wait a minute, it's Sunday morning. You just heard that boom from the next door neighbor. So yeah, but so the fake wannabe Darnell Williams perp is so delusional. He falsely accused me of missing him and being lonely. No, motherfucker, ain't nobody thinking about you. Just because I said, well, like, he stalks all of my videos. So he lied and said, well, oh, I took up a new job, something you never will, or something like that. And he's like, oh, since you missed me, since you seem to miss me, I'll make sure to make time for more, and then next thing you know, he wants to taunt and harass me with pictures of my twin sister. Like, I don't even want to fucking see her, knowing that she's a damn perp. I don't even want to see pictures of her. So, because I said that, occasionally he'll, harass me throughout the week or get his dosage in every day or every other day. And I said that the online perps on YouTube seem to have left me alone for a while, and then they come back with vengeance, and I get like harassing comments last night. I mean, I told y'all about that already. So he made it all about him and falsely accused me of being obsessed with him and missing him. And where's anybody to call him sick? If y'all profess to be targeted individuals, why don't y'all threaten to sue gang stalkers? You don't threaten them with cease and desist letters. And you don't threaten to garnish they get lots of income, and you don't threaten to have their income garnished or taken away. But when I speak the truth about you after you flipped and became a perp, you threaten. When I speak the truth about your narcissistic abuse towards me behind closed doors, and when I publicize it, you defend and agree with the sex trafficking perps. And then, and you threaten to sue me, threaten me with cease and desist letters, and threaten to have my income garnished, my little Social Security check. All because I mentioned your name in a damn video. And then you want to talk about perps. I mean, that your life is in danger because I mentioned your name. Well, you shouldn't abuse me and trying to be very controlling. And then if you having a hard time with the perps, why you don't threaten these things with them? But you sitting there talking about the perps out here trying to kill you, and that, oh, you just made it worse. And you're just playing fake and playing all kinds of mind games, because you can put my name out there and lie on me. So after you did that, then I come with the truth. You ain't telling any truth anytime you repeat what the perps say. If you parrot and repeat what the perps say, you are not speaking the truth, no matter how many of y'all band together and weaponize that against me. Just because a whole bunch of people are saying something does not mean it's true. The majority of people believe lies and false rumors and smear campaigns, and people think that because of the majority of people saying it, then it must be true. And they be like, oh, look, it's proof. It's proof that it's true that Candy did XYZ because this person said it too. Just because another person said it doesn't mean it's true. Like, and even if there are screenshots, they manipulate and twist and take things out of context deliberately. So it's like, you know how the government lies. And then when I was in 10th grade, my English teacher, Miss LeBove, she shoved it down everybody's throat to talk about that majority rules. All the students. So it's like she had us brainwashed with believing that the majority rules. So if the majority of people are saying and thinking one thing, then that's what goes, no matter how true or false it is. And that's how the government can brainwash and deceive people, because they're at the top and considered the majority. And a whole bunch of people think that because of their fake positions of power, you know, that everybody is going to believe what they say as true because of their positions at the top. So, yeah, I mean, so some perps, it seems like they harass you for like a year or a year and a half, and then they back off and leave you alone secretly and quietly. But it seems like you'll end up being replaced with another perp that's 10 times worse. You know, and that black guy that looked like he looked like he had Native American or something mixed in him. In Pensacola, he would be gang stalking and following me around. He was the first one that started stalking and following me around. Then after it was Alex Dupree. Then there was that other white boy that got me wrongfully banned from Bodacious for the rest of my life. And I don't even know that boy's name. And he would follow me everywhere. And Alex Dupree will follow me everywhere. And the black guy was the first one to follow me everywhere. And the black guy was the one who offered me the prostitute. And Alex did too. Well, Alex was trying to get me make a deal, a cheap deal. So, I mean, are people really selling their soul to the devil for $5? Are they really selling their soul to the devil for a box of pizza? Like, I mean, are y'all serious? I mean, are y'all selling y'all soul to the devil for a piece of pizza crust? Are you selling your soul to the devil for a grain of rice? Are you selling your soul to the devil for a strand of hair? So, yeah, yesterday afternoon or yesterday evening, I did start to write a short story. Yeah, it was related to food. What the fuck you gonna do? So, right as I was in the middle of writing a short story about food, and I was thinking about doing a video about people talking about, oh, you're talking about this food or whatever. And then next thing you know, that's when the perps started flooding my videos, harassing me, talking about, oh, all you talk about is food. I'm like, how did y'all know what I was thinking? So, as I said, they have people who specialize in cooking and have YouTube channels. And their YouTube channels is dedicated to talking about food. So, well, how are you going to be like, well, all you talk about is food? But if I do cooking videos or do videos making food, the online perps be like, oh, that shit looks nasty. You know, just to be cruel. It can look really good, but that's how people with narcissistic personalities, that's how they do. Your food can look good. It can taste good. But because they don't like you, you know, everything about you, oh, that's nasty. But that's why I say, if I deal with somebody that's uncorrupted or untainted, and if they're not infected with the gang stalking, if they read any of my short stories, they'll tell me that I have lots of potential to become like a professional author, or they'll tell me that my short story is really good, or I have talent out of this world, or that I'm very talented with my short stories. But almost nobody reads them. So almost nobody reads them. So I can write one of the greatest short stories, and the abusive narcissistic online perps will look for some loophole to criticize what I wrote, or twist it and take it out of context. So like if I mention if I do a short story and I mention a character's favorite walnut fudgy brownies a la mode, with vanilla ice cream on top and some caramel drizzle, and then y'all will look for some loophole to falsely say, oh, this is proof that Candy is racist right here. Or if I mention, in a short story that a child likes to go, if a character in a short story is 8 years old and enjoys swimming, or go swimming in a lake or something like that, then you'll falsely accuse me of being a pedo. Or if I mention about an adult character in a short story that woke up coughing out of his sleep, then you'll be like, well, this is proof that Candy promotes drug usage or something like that. Like, what? That's how they do, like, just random stuff to smear campaign me and justify. They smear campaign me and try to justify look for just randomly any. I'm like, they got to get this fake intelligence and fake cleverness from the devil. Like, how do you even think out of the box to think so evil like that? So when I mentioned about the short story character Blackie, that short story, and then another one like Star Bricker falsely accused me of promoting animal abuse and animal cruelty. And then when I did the short story about the Uncle D and the communal narcissist, she falsely accused me of promoting and glorifying child abuse. So I mean, it's like, I never glorify, evil. It's when I mention it to expose it. Just like my niece, Hellface Ugly Monica, she get that from my twin sister. When she try to what you know about me, what I researched, Illuminati and all that, when I never even talked to you. So she tried to talk about you be researching demonic stuff. And I'm like, when we got into an argument, she tried to tell me off about myself, and she's just parroting. And my niece, Hellface Ugly Monica, hate me behind my twin sister's lies. The whole family hate me. My twin sister she smear campaigned and turned the whole family against me before I can even meet them or reunite with them and see what they look like for the first time. She turned the whole biological family against me. And then the biological sister Ramona, which is Monica's mother, she told me, Well, Brandon threw you under the bus practically. Nah, she smear campaigned me. And y'all dummies for believing her lies. She got y'all bewitched. But Hellface Ugly and Monica, when she tried to say, you be researching demonic stuff. And so, the fact that, and I told her, I said, I researched the Illuminati and the New World Order and stuff to learn the truth so that, people are exposing it, not glorifying or embracing it. We're exposing it to show y'all why this is wrong and why this is evil. And letting people know what the government, spreading the word to let people know the wicked stuff that our government has been, the shadow government, the secret government behind what you think is the government. Biden is a doggone puppet. And people say he's very reptilian with a dead face, too. So the fact that you exposed that, y'all narcissistic enough that y'all falsely accused me of glorifying and promoting and encouraging when I'm actually exposing. And I even exposed through the short stories. So, they're just so fucking evil. And I always get told that, like, the fake TI perps who defend and agree with the perps, they be like, that they try to make like that I can't knock a gang stalker's hustle and that they got families to feed. Well, why don't I have a right to eat? That y'all want to falsely accuse me of being greedy. But they have a right to have families to feed by trafficking and tormenting people. That's not a real job. I hear that tapping. The next door perp neighbor is tapping. Excuse me. So that is not, gang stalking is not a real job. So I hear about nefarious jobs and black bag jobs and, revenge stalking and all that, and the fact that they sold their soul, that's why they never get punished. That's why they never get in trouble. That's why they're invincible. So, but for some reason, I guess I don't have all that much to talk about at the moment. My mind is kind of blank right now. But, my mind, but before I woke up, I had a weird dream that I went to supposedly go to Texas for a day. And then, afterwards, I got stranded somewhere in what was portrayed as Dallas, Texas. And then I woke up out of the dream and I'm like, wait a minute, I said I never wanted to set foot back in Texas again. But, I said I never wanted to set foot back in Texas. But, but somebody in the so-called TI community said that she went to go stay on this, I guess, somebody bought land and for professed targets to live in their car or live in an RV or something like that. And she suggested that I come. And I'm like, wait a minute, the guy said that I can't really come if I don't have it. I don't have a car or an RV to go live out there. But I heard that that's that same camp that they said that it was a perp who pretended to be targeted and he sabotaged the place and people were forced to he infiltrated the targets and pretended to be targeted. He was a perp and he infiltrated the targets, and they were forced to get rid of that place. So maybe he must have the man running the place, he must have started it back up again. But I don't have an RV or I don't have an RV or a car to live in. So and I forgot who that man was, but I contacted him before, and he said basically you gotta have a car or an RV to go live there, and I don't have either. So so I mean, uh, I realized that I think I'm too claustrophobic for an RV to stay in an RV. I mean, because I told y'all about that lady in Gulf Breeze that her name was Tanya White or Tanya White, and she was a fake Christian narcissistic TI perp, and she locked me up in her RV and tried to hold me hostage and wouldn't let me leave. So, and that traumatized me. Like she had me locked up for like 2 hours, 2 or 2.5 hours. So she had me locked up in her RV. So yeah, that was a scary, traumatizing moment. So I mean, the fake TI perps that pretend to be targeted, they're used to either set you up or try to traffic you. Or you remember the transgender Lisa Ti? I don't know his real name, but he got murdered in cold blood and was left on the side of the bed butt naked. I still don't know all the details about that. But he had you know, there was a female perp named Jasmine who lied, like, because he was inviting professed targets to come live with him, including me, but I just didn't trust it for some reason. But if I would have been there, I'm wondering if his life could have been saved by me being there, or if I would have been dead right along with him. And that was during the time so many fake TI perps and regular perps pretending to be targeted um kept trying to lure me when I was suffering and struggling in Alabama, and people left and right were trying to lure me and traffic me and stuff like that. Like the exploitative Muslim perp on Facebook that they'll always lie. The way they'll bait you to come in is like they'll see you struggling on the streets, homeless and poor and crying out for help, and then they'll pretend to fake rescue you by making you this offer that, oh, you can come live in my nice house for free. I'm not going to charge you anything. I got all the food you can eat in my house. You can have whatever you want. I'll give you my Lexus to drive, my brand new 2023 Lexus. I'll give you my Lexus to drive wherever you want. They'll try to juice your head up and make everything sound like you don't even know shit about me. I don't know about you. Like how you trust me with all this because you got something up your sleeve. And they'll even donate you money for a while and condition and groom and manipulate you to trust them. And then next thing you know, once you get up there, then come to find out they never wanted you there and treat you like you're not welcome, or you got to deal with severe abuse. And then you end up back homeless in a worse state and more damaged. So I mean, I got a whole bunch of more short stories lined up that I have more short stories that's lined up that I haven't started on yet. I just put the title and got the ideas in my head, but I haven't started on them. But of course, after last night in the battle with the roaches, it's another night of sleep deprivation. So yeah, to have to come be uneasy in a hotel room because of so many roaches. You know the roaches are bad when they crawl on your bed, when they crawl on you. But as I said, due to this targeting, I can't really tell these fake ass hotel motherfuckers. Can't tell them nothing. They'll get frustrated, and I'm paying my doggone money. Well, tomorrow I get the Social Security check. But how are you a burden or a nuisance, or they act like they don't want to let you switch rooms, or treat you like you don't have that right? You have a right to live in a room that's comfortable, where you're comfortable and satisfied. I mean, I'm grossed out and disgusted. So, what time is it now? 10:54 a.m. in the morning. So, I don't have that much to talk about at the moment. So, I might try to give me some more sleep, and I'm gonna try to go and eat right now. I guess I have banana bread and fish, and then later on have the soup and um the last is a small little amount of mac and cheese and corn. And if I'm still hungry, I'll go to the doggone snack machine. And then tomorrow I get the Social Security check. So I mean, if there's any other living opportunities, then I mean, I do not have time to be dealing with such strong anxiety about bed bugs and roaches and flies and gnats and stuff. I need to just, I mean, bad enough I'm dealing with hell with this targeting and I can't rest or get any fucking peace. So, I'm gonna go. I want to be productive and do a lot of writing today. And I'll see y'all later.